Hello, this is Deb Joyce Meek from Delight of My Art. Thank you so much for tuning in for our mystery stamping every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If this is your first time watching, welcome. We do have the directions for you. They are posted on our Facebook page, our group Stamp with Delight, and then we're also emailing those out. So if you're not part of my email list yet, make sure that you are on there. If you're watching live on YouTube or Facebook, make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm like this close to getting 10,000 subscribers, just less than 20 people away. So the last I checked this morning, we might have even reached there by now. But that was exciting. Thank you so much for tuning in. And let's go ahead and get started here. I'll put my face away and we'll go all the way down to the desktop. If we're also streaming live on YouTube and Facebook under Delight of My Art, by the way. So let's go ahead and get down here. All right, so here's our dimensions. We're just going to hop right in here and get started. We have a card base here, and I forgot to grab my trimmer. Of course, I'm almost completely ready, but not quite. Excuse me for just a moment. So what happens when I do multiple projects at once? I do need my trimmer, and I was using it in the other room preparing for some other upcoming events. So let's get our card base in here. This is 4 1/4 by 11. We're going to put that in on the long side, and I do have some banners for you so that you can see some different things here. Oops, where did they go? I think I have this one, okay, well, this one was a short one anyway. All right, 3 1/2. We're going to score this at 3 1/2 and at 9. 3 1/2 and 9. I'm all crooked there. Okay, so we're going to put this to the side for a second, and we are going to just get out a couple other pieces here. Actually, let's go ahead and we're going to jump ahead here. DSP number 3 also uses the trimmer, so we're going to use this one too. Look at these beautiful birds. Don't you just love this paper? This is the Nests of Winter Designer Series paper. I love this. So this is DSP number 3. I know we're jumping ahead, but I just wanted to use the trimmer while we still had it out. So the orientation should be the 4 inches tall by 9 1/2 wide, and we are going to score this along the long side here. And I do have measurements. Look, this is why I was a minute late. I was typing these out for you. So on the long side, we are going to do DSP number 3 at 1/2. You can do this on your scoreboard too. That might be a little bit easier. 1/2, 4, 4 1/2. I hope everybody's having a good day. 5, 8 1/2. Oops, here we go. 8 1/2. And 9. I know it's a lot, right? Okay, so we got this piece already done. You can see those measurements on the board there. I'm going to check comments real quick. Thank you for sharing, Tony. Hello, everybody watching. I've got somebody from Germany watching. Hello, Sabine. All right, so we're going to also do some more scoring with this same piece, and I'm going to show you those measurements here too on the short side. So we have a bottom and a top on this one. If your paper is not oriented, it doesn't really matter which you choose to be the bottom and the top, but since we do have a preference. 1/2 inch from the bottom. So here's my bottom. So I'm going to do this over the groove there at 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch there. And we will do 1 inch from the top. So we're going to do 1 inch on the top. I like to do those shorter measurements just past the groove here because we have this extra space over here. I love our trimmer that way. Okay, so I think that's all we needed to do for the trimmer. I'll go ahead and put that away. And let's get some of our pieces out here. Now I can put my comments in front of my face. We can turn this clue off. Okay. Now, oh, we've got India watching too. Dasapa. Am I saying your name right? That's really neat. Thank you for tuning in. I feel very honored that people are watching from other countries. Okay, so we've got this card base. Let's go ahead and take that piece first, and we'll burnish it on those two folds that we made. Again, that was 3.5 and 9. And these just fold together. So make sure they meet nicely in the center like that. Just like that. All right, so now we have a card that has this little opening. It's off center, kind of like a gatefold, but we're going to be doing something special with this one. It's actually going to go this way. So the little flap is at the top and the bigger one is at the bottom. You're thinking, what the heck are we doing with this? Hold your horses. We'll get to that later. So let's go to DSP number 1. And this one is 4 inches wide by 1 3/4 inches tall. Again, the same beautiful bird paper. It is called Nests of Winter. I love it. So this is going to go here on this piece on the bottom flap. And then DSP, I'm sorry, that was DSP number 2. DSP number 1, I did the same pattern, so it's the opposite. This one's 4 inches wide by 1 3/4 inches tall. So those two pieces, number 1 and number 2, go on the front here. So let's just go ahead and put those on before we move forward with some more things. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and good afternoon. Or maybe good evening. I don't know what time it is in Germany or India. All right. So here are our two pieces. I like to put something a little patterny on the bottom here and maybe something a little bit more subtle on the top. And a lot of times our designer series paper coordinates enough to where you could just use the same pattern and you're just flipping it over like we've done here. Okay, so that's that piece. Now we have our DSP number 3, which was this one. And we also have a neutral, 2 neutrals. So here's my neutrals right here. So this is neutral 4 inches wide by 4 3/4 tall. So 4 inches wide, 4 3/4 inches tall. And we have another piece that's 4 inches by 2 3/4. So those are going to go inside here. And this bigger piece is going to go up here. So you still have that little border up against the seam here. So it still has that little gap evenly around these edges. But this gap down here near this score line is going to be a little bit larger. So we want that to stay there. So I'd already did my stamping, so you don't have to watch me do some stamping, but I love coloring with our blends with our Memento ink. Doesn't it turn out so pretty? So I'll just put that in the top here. Oops, I'm gonna go up. Make that even. There we go. And then this piece I'm going to leave for people to write on. So I did leave it blank. You could decorate it in the corner a little bit or anything, but this is going to go near the bottom here. So the same distance away from the seam here this one has. So this is just going to go on the bottom. I think you're going to like this card, you guys. I'm excited about this one. All right. So we're going to put this over to the side here, and we're going to do some cutting on this piece right here. And I should have made a template for you, and I forgot. So, Sabina's watching at 2011. That's the time. You use 24 hours. So I got to convert that in my head. Is that 8:11 at night? We don't use 24 hours except if you're in the military here. So I always have to convert it in my head. All right, so we're cutting out all of the corners of all these score lines. I should probably tell you what we're doing instead of just marching ahead. Okay, so this top edge, we're actually going to fold it in because I want this pattern on the front showing. but you will see both sides of this. So this bottom lip is also going to fold in. And for the moment, we're just going to score on all, or fold on all of these lines so that we can see them. They're a little bit difficult to see on camera here, but we want to be snipping some things out. So we will not be doing any mitering of any corners or anything. Everything is a straight cut along the edges. So we did this little corner over here. Now in the middle here, we have 3 score lines, which means we have 2 squares down here and 2 kind of rectangles up here. We want all of those gone, plus the corner rectangles or corner squares. So I will put this back on the table when I'm done snipping it so that you can see everything that I've cut out. Okay, and there's 2 score lines at the end here. So there's 2 sections at the end here as well. We're going to just cut out all corners, all the tiny bits. So that was 2 little rectangles or squares. There's the 2 upper right ones. I'm going to do this upper left one. And then these 2 middle ones up to that score line. So again, we scored down 1 inch. So we're just cutting up to that score line. And then there's 2 little pieces right here. We're just going to cut them out together. I'll fold my flaps down so I can cut this a little bit easier. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So we have a score line here at 1/2 inch. We have a score line here at 4 inches, and that's where we have this first edge here. And then there's one in the middle of this at 4.5, and here's one at 5. So we cut out 2 sections here and 2 sections here. And again, over here we have 2 more sections. We cut out both of those and then both of these lower sections. So all the corners, all the teeny pieces in the corners, and the little pieces in the middle. So we only have the bigger tabs on the top and bottom. Tina says, where are you going with this? Yes, it's a mystery, isn't it? Ha ha ha. All right, so we are going to fold in with all of these corners, except for these double ones. This one's going to go inwards like this. See? And then the double one down here is also going to go backwards like that. Okay, so we have a mountain on this little tab, a mountain, valley, mountain, mountain, valley. All right, so now before we do anything else, I'm going to take out my piercing mat, and we are going to do some piercing. So I'm going to take your pick tool. It's got the little pokey tool at the end here. And I do have a template. So our little piece here, let me get out my ruler. There it is, across the way. I love these little clear rulers. This section here is 3.5 inches wide. So I made a little template 3.5 inches wide. And then on there, I made a mark at 3/4 of an inch and 2 3/4 of an inch. So those are exactly 2 inches apart, just so that they're even. This will help me to make more of these quicker. So again, that was 3/4 of an inch and 2 3/4 of an inch. And I did about 1/2 inch down. So I'm going to put this, you see this top flap, I'm going to put this up against that flap on that bigger section. And we're just going to poke right through those holes. Like that. I'm going to make it kind of big. So maybe poking something through there. That's why we're making holes, right? And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. So again, up against this flap here. Poke and a hook. All right, so now we have some holes here. You also should have had some thin ribbon or twine trim, 6 inches, 2 of those. So here are my little pieces. These are the Natural Tones linen thread. I'm just gonna poke that through these 2 little holes that we just made. If it's not quite big enough, you can widen your hole. You don't want to lose any threads of your ribbon if it's not real snug and tight. I'm going to do both of these at the same time so that we can move along. That one's not quite wide enough. This one went right through the bird's eye. That's funny. It was a complete accident. That's really funny. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it over and we see these little tails sticking out. So I'm going to pull those until they're just barely sticking out, just like this. So I'm going to use my tear and tape and just tape these down. Just want about 1/2 inch showing. And we're gonna, don't worry about it looking messy or anything. This flap is going to cover all of that stuff underneath here. So I'm not even gonna take the backing off of this tape. We're just gonna put those down there. And then I want the same distance for these little tails to stick through. Just want them to be the same as the other side. All right, this is the tear and tape. I love this because I can just rip it with my fingers. I'll use my scissors. Okay, 2 little pieces here. Okay, so now we can use some glue here and just tape those down. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. Just run that along the top edge. It's really the top edge, isn't it? And just... Oh, look at this. I missed a corner. This little square right here should be gone because there's, it went all the way down to here, didn't it? Oops. Okay, there we go. I was wondering what that was. Okay. Can you see what we're making? All right. Let's see. We want this flap to be folded in. And if this piece is going to be in the way of that folding, you might want to trim just a hair off of that little corner. All right, that one's going to be folded in, and we are going to line this up and close it there. So we're going to add glue to this piece. With you got your middle piece here, you're going to fold on that far left side to line this up. And you do want this to be nice and straight, so take your time fussing with that to be nice and straight there. If this piece is a little bit too long, this piece in the back, we can go ahead and trim that. I think it might be just a hair too long, so we'll glue it in and then give it a trim. Okay, I guess I don't need this thing anymore. All right, we are going to add glue to this single flap. You got the double flap on the left. Oh, Tony figured it out. Yes, I love this. We are making a tiny little gift bag. Okay, so we're gonna put this, we do want this to be straight at the top. We want the bottom to line up. And then if it overlaps at all, we can trim that. Right here, like that. Okay, so now we can squeeze in the sides of our gift bag, and you can pick which pattern you like the best. This one, I stabbed it right in the eye. Maybe we'll go with this side as being our front. You can have a front and a back. but really could go either way. Okay, so now I'm going to take my my tear and tape again. And these bottom flaps now will get tear and tape on both of those. All right. So I'm going to go as close to the seam, our score line here that we had with this tear and tape. I think that will make this a little bit stronger. All right, so on the back side of your bag, we're going to take that side off first. So now this side is sticky. That's going to be the back where I stabbed the bird in the eye. And we're going to put that up against the edge here. Make sure it's centered in the middle of your card. Get your sides pinched in. And just lay that in. And then we're going to take the backing off of the front side and then just close this bottom flap. And watch this magic. It's going to be so fun. When we open it, we have a pop-up gift bag that can hold a gift card. Isn't that the cutest thing? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's so cute. All right. So this is why you don't want any bulky ribbon here, because this will all fold flat in here. Look at that. It all folds flat and goes into a regular size envelope. So the reason that I decorated this panel a little bit more and left this one blank is because I feel like it's going to be a little bit harder to write up here with this in the way. So down here is probably a little bit easier to do some handwriting. But this is not done yet, though. We still have to figure out how to close up the front because it doesn't really fold flat yet, right? So we have a belly band. This is the same as base, 1 inch by 10 inches. And we're going to close this in the front so that we can cover this piece up with a decorative label. So I said decorated label. So that's going to go on the front. Isn't that cute? So here's my tip for belly bands too. This is one of my favorite tips. So we're going to take this and then just gently fold it. I'm not going to crease anything or score it. I'm just going to, gently fold it. But before we finish this up, I'm going to have one side closed and one side open. And then you're going to add some adhesive to both sides, both ends. One side closed, one side open. That way that you have enough adhesive. But before we close it, we're going to put the bone folder in. This gives it the perfect pressure to close snugly, but also loose enough so where it will slide nicely. So pull it tight, but not, don't wrench on it. You're going to want the bone folder in there. And we did the gift bag in there already. So we have our bulk in there. So we want to have this be snug and just kind of do that. Now when we take the bone folder out, and since we didn't crease the edges here, this should potentially slide pretty nicely on here and without falling off. So that's the point of doing it that way. There we go. So we're just going to cover that seam and then add this with dimensionals on the front. It's so pretty. Okay, so I need my dimensionals. Did I leave them over there? I don't know where they went. Oh, there. These are the big ones. I thought these were the little ones. Perfect. All right, so we're going to put 3 on here on the front. And then just stick this on there. This is our modern oval punch. It is this nice oval shape. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so we still need some gems. I'm going to be using the Earth Tone Shimmer Gems. These are the ones that go along with the bird suite, so they work perfectly. Let's see, what do we want to use? I think I'm going to use these nice white looking ones. Oops. I should be using my Take Your Pick tool, silly goose. That would be easier. So we can do maybe some little ones right here. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so stay tuned. We still have 2 alternatives to show you. These are so cute. I love these. And you're going to have to vote on your favorite one. And of course, we did a matching envelope, right? So here is card number 1. And I'm going to have to open this because you guys have to see how cute that is, right? Oh, all right. We'll just leave the belly band at the top there. So there's card number 1 with the birds. Super duper cute. Here is card number 2. This one's using the Layers of Beauty bundle and the Regal Winter DSP, which is so pretty. I've been using this a lot lately. We've got the fine purple shimmer gems and the gold, silver and gold 1/8 inch trim combo. Ah, look at that. That makes such a pretty bag, doesn't it? You make my heart smile. I love the silver there. All right, so that's that second one. Okay, you're gonna have to tell me which one's your favorite. And then card number 3 is using the Attention Shoppers stamp set and the Unbounded Love dies. We got the Petal Park Builder Punch here, which is still not retired. It's super cute. We got the transparent adhesive back dots here. We've got our matching envelope, and take that off. We've got a cute little, and I put a little note on the gift bag just for you. So that's some of our layering circle punches. Shopping is always a good idea. Isn't this cute? I love how there's little vegetables on the other side of this paper. So super cute to see all of that in there. So let me know which one is your favorite. Vote in the comments. That helps people see my videos too. And we'll go ahead and bring my face back in here. I can find my mouse again. Tina says they are all cute, but she votes for the birds. I know they're super cute. Vesta says number 2 is tied with number 1. Carolina says card number 1. Oh, good. Julie always wanted to try this. I'm so glad I could help you out. I know I have 2, and these are really, really cute. All right, we got to vote for Regal Winter. Awesome. Very cute. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. And if you see anything that you like and would like to purchase from me, you can go to my online store, orderwithdeb.com. I do have a host code open right now. I'll go ahead and show that at the bottom of the screen. And we do have an awesome joining special right now. The starter kit is only $99, but usually you get $125 to pick out. Right now it's $155 worth, so you get $56 for free. So if your wish list is over $99, you may as well get a huge perk, and that just unlocks your 20% off of your future purchases too, and you get to join my team, and I would love to have you. So let me know if you are interested in that too. You can go to join.orderwithdeb.com for that. And we also have club coming up. So we our monthly Delightful Card Club just went out for the month of October, and November's is going to be the One of a Kind bundle. And you can go and sign up for November's at club.orderwithdeb.com. I got lots of stuff going on. So now I have to leave and go get ready for my Halloween craft in a box that is already underway. So have a fabulous day, you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.